So we mentioned those, that the whole, the memories that came back were more like emotion tied to something that then gave him a little bit of information. If you're gonna do a Sangi memory thing, that would be it. Because that is something... And that's why
associated
I said, like,
to emotions.
Yeah, and that's why I called it intuition feelings instead of like memories.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like you remember killing him and it lasted 17 seconds.
No,
it
you
was,
remember the feeling that he lasted.
Yeah, and that he doesn't matter. Which is like, is that a memory? Like the 17 seconds is a memory.
No, it's more of a feeling.
But it's more of a feeling. Which is like, I guess that could be stored in the body. During several of those moments, it was like Cellbit changed the way he narrated. Suddenly, and then suddenly switch back.
Você merece essa grandeza.
Does his voice slightly change?
Wait, what?
Because I was thinking that with both like the 17 seconds and the he looked somewhere that and found what he deserved or something. There was a lot like more emotion pushed into that.
Yeah, he sounds more serious and more angry.
Yeah, and this time it happened so fast that I'm like, is that a like purposely differentiation in the narration? Again, just one of those like thoughts that like it's either like the intuitive feelings, or are we playing with like a meta narrative of like Cellbit is both the GM, but then also some kind of thing influencing what they're hearing. Maybe? So like saying like, you deserve this greatness, like planting that thought.
Everything here sounds like somebody's behind it.
Yeah.
To me.
And we had that thing in the beginning of like them hearing a voice saying, do not touch.
Don't open it.
Oh yeah, don't open it. That's what it was. Não abre.
Você se reconhece. Você é o homem dessa foto. Só que ele tá um pouco mais novo. A foto dá a entender que você é o delegado de Inquisidor do Vale há pelo menos uns 10 anos. Foi a sua ascensão.
Holy shit.
Yes, holy shit.
Holy fuck. Okay.
No teste de
No. Go back.
It was his rise. That was so clear.
That was so clear. Oh my
god. It feels like a possession. Holy shit. The pattern that was lowering the voice, making it more rough, looking down physically, trying most of the time to keep direct eye contact with the person. So like going from this to like a this. And that the thing that was said was almost like a message to the character. It could have been their like parts of their internal thoughts of what they remember coming back, but it kind of almost felt like that there was a different entity speaking through Cellbit / speaking through the narrator, directly telling the character this and trying to influence them to think about themselves or the world in a particular way.
Deles parece ter desaparecido desde o ano passado. Ele procurou onde não devia e encontrou o que merecia. Todos eles parecem que estão estourados, como se tivessem sido arrebentados de alguma forma pelas suas mãos. Olhar para eles enche o seu coração com glória.
These moments, it happens more for Aguiar and Dalmo, a tiny bit for Kemi, not at all for Jae. And there's a couple of moments that we couldn't quite agree on if they were or were not in that category. Because sometimes, you know, he's gonna go into that voice register to describe when something macabre is happening. But those moments that we did identify, they match up with the sentence about who they were here. Which, again, could either be old destiny coming through, or it could be that these cards, these defining things, are written by that entity. And yeah, like maybe because of the Aguiar and Dalmo was in familiar places to them, and Kimmy as well. But also, we spoke about that the sentences that Aguiar and Dalmo have are more emotion-based. Like,
ele não importa mais. Ele era só verme que durou 17 segundos.
Eu me lembro disso, então.
And this is where I think Serial caught on to something. Because if you look, again, like it's an intuition thing, and his voice and posture changes. And then if you look at Serial, he's like, wait, what the fuck? And then...
Eu me lembro disso, então.
Smiling. And then he says, so I remember this then, which felt like half a question, but also like, I don't want to call it out. And Cellbit says nothing. He doesn't confirm that it was a memory.
Eu quero checar essas gavetas que estão.
It's like a whole different voice. You can sort of see different layers. Exactly. And it is like, as soon as we started noticing this, it was like obvious, except it kind of only happened to the first two ones. Kimmy's were a little less, and then nothing like it for the rest of episode. So I'm like, I don't know if it's just like he didn't, if it is a thing, he didn't want to like lay it on too thick, and it's going to be sprinkled in throughout until it like comes up to the surface, or if it was more like, oh, Dalmo and Aguiar's internal voice is just more aggressive. But there have been moments where Cellbit is more empathetic about how the character should feel or do, but I can't be more specific. But I do think it could mean the thing they're trying to say here. Exactly. It's a bit of a... Again, I think it's one of those that we'll kind of have to see if it keeps happening. Going off of that, I had the chiming desechini. Is there something influencing the entire circumstances and world around this? Obviously, there's the whole thing of when Cleo and Aguiar goes to Sao Paulo, that he says that there's no traffic. Basically no traffic.
A viagem até São Paulo durou pouco menos de 5 horas. E você pegou muito pouco trânsito. Estranhamente, mesmo sem nenhuma lembrança disso, a estrada pareceu muito confortável e familiar.
But also with Dalmo, when his daughter and wife appeared.
Quase como destinado, assim que a parede fecha atrás de você, a porta do seu escritório se abre. Assim que elas saem e fecham a porta atrás delas, o seu celular vibra e você recebe uma mensagem no WhatsApp.
A text that was also suspicious, because neither Jae nor Dalmo told where the heck they're supposed to go in the text or in the little messenger kid that comes to speak to Jae. And it's the same with like Cleo doesn't know where Aguiar is, but gets the phone call and gets him there in perfect timing for Elisabella to let him go speak to Labirinto, and then Elisabella tells Cleo to not go through so that they can run through without any problems, because Elisabella has cleared them. There's too many coincidences. The chains, I know, Lattice, but you know what was said in the beginning? 5 destinies abandoned and 6 broken chains. So supposedly, these guys getting their marks means that they are above the chains. That's what we've been told. But it still feels like there is some kind of chain-like thing that's guiding what's happening to them, which could tie into the whole, like, there is some kind of other entity also speaking in through them. You know, the whole theory we had about the fun little narrative moments from Cellbit.
Yeah.
I think at the end of it, so on stream, I don't remember if you were there for that.
I don't think so.
I said that what I kind of arrived at was that I was thinking, and I think we spoke about it as well, but like that the whole, the masks that they put on seemed to change them in a
yeah.
similar way that the entities of the relics would also change the people, because then suddenly it was like a different personality, like we saw with Jor-El.
Yeah, it's like the mask had its own memories.
Yes. And that maybe what was going through, if it wasn't like something coming through Cellbit, it could maybe be remnants of that possession shining through, being like, this is what you're meant to feel.
Yeah. Like,
which
this is the feeling that the masks brought you back then.
Yeah.
But now you don't remember.
And it's still part of their body, because technically that could still be true. Technically that could still be true.